making millions of dollars, and the victim's family have not partaken in none of those trusts. Took your clothes, gave it in. Took your language, gave it in.
100% way to survive jail or prison. Don't go.
Build your credit up. Why you need credit?
Then 12 years goes by and you don't even get a chance to go up for parole.
What up, what up? This is another episode of Living Life After Life podcast. Your man Troy Catchmore.
Bang it pound in the building, TBP salute.
TBP, I'm Troy Catchmore. What up, what up? So what we
going
doing,
on,
man? It's been a lot going on this week, the past few weeks.
Yeah, man.
But, we want to touch bases on a few of these topics, though.
What we talking about?
Now, we all seen the $1 million worth of game interview with the Prince family. Rest in peace to Takeoff, man.
Absolutely, R.I.P. Takeoff.
Condolences to his family.
Most definitely.
What was your take on the interview?
Oh man, the interview was it was real intriguing to me, man, because like I say, we ain't gonna never know all of what happened, but doing 37 years in prison, man, the only thing I know Jay Prince from is, being in prison, man. I always just heard Jay Prince was, the infamous Jay Prince, you know what I'm saying? Often talked about seldom seen. But lately, he been doing all these interviews. He being with his sons or whatnot. So whatever's going on with this situation, I think for sure is more about it than we know. Yeah. Because for him to come out and just start, speaking the way he's speaking and going out of his way to try to explain what's going on, whereas to all that we ever knew about him was that he didn't care what you think. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just it look a little crazy to me. But I give respect to $1 million worth of game for even putting it out there, putting the interview out there, although a lot of people got a lot of opinions about the interview too. Feel like the interview was one-sided, it was biased, you know what I'm saying? So, it's a touchy subject, man.
And I think Wallow, that's my guy,
Shout out Wallow.
Shout out to Wallow and Gills, but Wallow my guy. And what I know of those guys, man, if the family or anybody else wanted to come and do an interview, I believe they would welcome that. So right. I don't.
But how much weight is somebody else family gonna have versus Jay Prince? You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
and you let Jay Prince go on there already first. So, I mean, like I say, there's a lot of ways to look at it.
It ain't even about weight, because the people that's close to the situation, even those that were there, they know what happened. We could only speculate.
For sure.
I like the fact that Jay Prince, I looked up to Jay Prince growing up. Him and Russell Simmons. Always saw him as a principled guy, right? I like the fact that he had his son and his brother up there, because they were there. They were actually involved in some way in the situation. And it was good to see them come forward, whether it's valid or not, to come forward and be man enough to give your take on the record.
Right.
Now, if anybody wanted to dispute it, they could present their facts or what have you, but they came and sat down and said, this what it was, this what it is. My condolences to the family, whatever, whether you believe it's sincere or not, that's on other people, But as far as Jay, me personally, I don't think he should have been up there, a man of his caliber. I know it was his sons or what have you, right? And I would allow them to stand on theirs because they were there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't think a man of his caliber should have even been in regards to Offset.
Right.
I don't think a man of his caliber shouldn't even address that on camera.
Absolutely.
Whether Offset says something or not, you a boss. I would have called him and we're gonna add out, we're gonna talk, but we ain't gonna do this. I always tell my sons, we don't do this back and forth with somebody that can push a button or social media. I mean, what we get from that? Because if it do come down, you just gave everybody the evidence they need to finalize you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But this the times that we living in now, man. Everything is, talked about instead of talked out.
Yeah.
They don't do that no more. They
Yeah.
don't pull up on each other no more. They don't call each other no more. They try to garner public opinion.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? First, and then that comes second. But that's backwards.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when you know these people, you know them. You have some type of relationship with them, some type of friendship or understanding with them. Why would you talk about something with an issue that you have with somebody without talking to them first? I don't understand that, but that's where we've been. That's this is the world that we came out into. Everybody, man, it's like they looking for public, confirmation. They looking for likes. They looking for people to validate what their opinion is or what their side of the story is. But that's it now. That's what social media is all about.
And to Jay Prince credit, man, it's like when you're in his position and your family being attacked and accused of being involved with a superstar dying on your watch, it's like you got a lot at stake. You know what I mean? So he might have felt compelled to come out and say something. I ain't doing it. I'm coming out and say something. I want people to know on the record how I feel, this, that, and the third. I get that. I'm cool with that. But in regards to Takeoff and his emotion, he's young, whatever, he's blabbing, blah, blah, blah. You a vet. You a vet. A mouth designed to say anything. That's its make. We get that. You a vet. You got to handle that like a vet.
Jay Prince been under scrutiny his whole life for a whole lot of different things. That's the only reason I know Jay Prince from reading, they're looking at him for this. They say into that.
I read his book.
Okay, so if he been under scrutiny all his life and he ain't felt compelled to explain, if he's under scrutiny, his family is under scrutiny. So they've been under scrutiny their whole life. He never felt compelled to explain. So you got to ask yourself what the average person that's used to seeing him and knowing about his aura, his mystique, and everything. You got to ask yourself that why now? Why you feel compelled to explain yourself now? A man who don't never explain himself.
Well, as he said though, this is the murder of somebody called his nephew that is dead to him. So. Certain circumstances will change, how you move at times. So I leave room for that.
Yeah.
I just say my opinion is based on, what you said about the Takeoff. And I think that was, uncharacteristic of a boss. We don't do that. Like those words, y'all, that was for his ears only.
Right.
That's my opinion.
Right.
And I leave it at that,
And certain
I give
things,
you the last word on it.
Certain things you can't, and you shouldn't say on camera anyway.
Yeah.
Especially when you got this big aura behind you as, this, that, and the third. So,
and you can say that after doing 30 years, I did 26 years, 8 months.
Yeah.
I ain't had the luxury of getting out and getting somebody up. That wasn't how I was cut.
Right.
So coming from where we coming from, we qualified to give these opinions right
Absolutely.
here.
Absolutely. And I ain't, I may be out here in this world right now, but at the same time, it's just like in prison, man. You can't let the world dictate who you are. You know what I'm saying? If I got a problem with somebody, whatever level is on, I still ain't going on no camera and try to beef with nobody, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully don't nobody do it for me.
Well, I mean, I would hope you wouldn't after 30 years of experience.
I see this stuff they be saying on, I mean, man.
A lot of that,
I used to get highs, man, when I heard when I used to hear the rap battles when they beefing and talking about each other. I be like, man, how you come back from that? Some of these things the dudes say about each other, it's out there now. It's out there in the world. It can't never be taken back. Words heard can't be unheard.
And so, it's not to dismiss like we the hardest and they listen. I totally understand. A fool will do anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A lot of them dudes say and they mean it and they probably represent it.
Right.
I'm just saying, me personally, like I wouldn't subscribe to that.
No, most definitely.
I wouldn't subscribe to that. I come from a different cloth, and that's my last take on that.
through a jail phone. Just like my father on my dog.
Making millions of dollars and the victim's family have not partaken in none of those trusts. Took your clothes, gave you this. Took your language, gave you this.
100% way to survive jail or prison. Don't go.
Until you credit up why you need credit.
Then 12 years goes by and you don't even get a chance to go up for parole.
We moved in pairs. Supposed to die so many times, guess that's my afterlife. A lot of shit ain't work for me.